Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So you've probably seen these online at some point. Cheap, eBay, Chinese, disco party lights. And you've probably seen them in the forms of laser machines, disco balls and that sort of thing. And you may have even seen things like fog and haze machines from China that cost like 30 quid, and you've probably looked at it and thought, definitely a fire hazard, it'll kill me, it'll burn my whole fucking house on fire. So that's what we're going to be testing in this video, not whether it's going to burn the whole house down, but whether they're actually any good. So things like this, are they bright? Do they make cool patterns? Are they worth the cost? Which is about 20 quid for this one, as well as we're going to be testing some disco balls that cost like 10 quid. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. Are they worth it? Should you avoid it? Or should you consider them? Or should you just buy it, considering how cheap they are? So let's get straight into the video. So to start off, we're going to be having a look at this party light here. So this is the one that I showed at the beginning of the video, and it is around 20 to 25 pounds on Amazon. So this is actually the most expensive light in this video. However, I have absolutely no doubt whatsoever that you'll be able to find it on eBay for less than 20 quid. A lot of things on Amazon are more expensive than what you'd find them for on eBay. So we're just having a little look around here now. So here we've got a cooling fan. You put DC 5 volts in it and it does come with a cable. And you have 3 different options. So you can have off, sound or auto. So really off isn't an option, is it? So you've got sound and auto. Now one thing I've already found quite funny about this device here is if I just plug it in and demonstrate to you, if I put it on sound mode, which it is on sound mode now, and I make noise, right, makes absolutely no odds to it. However, if I put it on auto, so clearly the switch is the wrong way round on it. So I understand that, so it doesn't bother me. I just put it the other way around, so it doesn't really bother me. Maybe some other ones aren't like this. Maybe it was just this batch that ended up being a bit dodgy. How do the patterns look? So I'll actually give you a chance to have a look at the patterns here. So this here is called Aurora, something like this, which is this effect you're seeing here. This is like different patterns. We've got stars, and you've got a mix of green and red, and also we have an LED in here that lights up different colours. So if we turn off the lights in here, you will see different colours. The microphone is quite sensitive, so if you like have loud music playing, it's basically gonna do this. But in fairness, it still looks pretty damn cool, and the patterns are cool. It does come with this remote control here. So this is the remote control that comes with it, and it's a pretty cool remote control. It's got many options. So here we have on, off. So off, on, motor stop and start. So we can actually have it still. We have different sound options, so it will turn on and off to sound, it'll change the sound, or it will, yeah, I don't even know what it's doing, to be fair. But yeah, there's loads of cool options on here. We also have just an LED option where it'll just jump options on the LED. It'll just jump options on the LED. We have it so it fades different colours. We can have just Aurora, we can have both colours of Aurora, or however you pronounce this, just patterns. So there is such a wide variety of things you can do with it. Here's our next contender. So this was found on eBay for £8, only £8. And it does come with a cable. And it also comes with this cool little suction cup thing, which you can also stand it up on. Or you can hang it from a ceiling if your ceiling will suction cup. So it is actually a pretty cool design, or you can take it off and face it upwards and have it light up your ceiling. It's really up to you. And this is probably my favourite. However, I have had this for actually quite a while now. I've probably had this for 6 months, and I have used it at various parties, and I would say definitely worth it for £8. However, it's already got one problem. which I will demonstrate to you now by plugging it in. So this is on sound to light, and because the motor in it is pretty fucked now, it's just being set off, the microphone is just being set off by the noisy motor. You can probably hear it. So it doesn't do anything. However, you can turn off sound to light, and at that point it will work nicely, but as of right now with sound to light it's not working very well at all. However, the upside to this is it is incredibly bright, which I will demonstrate now. So as you can see, it will just light up an entire room. This is just this lighting up this whole room, and it projects really well. So this would be fantastic for a small hall, even a kitchen party, a house party. Yep, we do have it. We have the eBay fog machine, and it's made by MV Power. Now, I have had this for over 6 months now. I have used it at many different events, including halls, for a large birthday party rented out in a hall, and it worked great. So this is actually a good machine. It is cheap. You can tell that it is cheap, but it gets the job done. It does not electrocute me. It gets warm, but it doesn't get red hot. It's not something I'd be comfortable leaving on unsupervised. However, if you follow all the instructions properly, I'm not worried about this thing being a hazard to anyone. Now, to turn it on, there's 2 switches at the back. One turns on the smoke function, and the other one turns on the disco ball function. This disco ball does not have any settings, it just does this. Right, now that's okay, it does not bother me, because this you'd usually have low down to the ground, which it basically just creates a cool looking atmosphere on the dance floor. And of course you can turn it off and just have it as a fog machine. So, you know, it's bonuses, it's good for house parties, I've used it. However, it's not a haze machine, and some people prefer to use haze machines, but I don't have a haze machine. Okay, so here we have a demonstration of the smoke machine with all the lights at one of my house parties. So on the left we have the laser light that I demonstrated earlier, the cheap one from eBay. That's on the left hand side. Then the one, sorry, from Amazon. Then the light in the middle is the cheap eBay disco ball, and the one on the right is not a cheap eBay or Amazon laser. That is a professional grade laser. So when you actually put all these lights and lasers together, as I'm showing you here, it looks really good and it's quite impressive for the price. It works well. It's a final verdict. Are these things worth it? So these cheap lasers here, are they worth it? Well, they're good for house parties, as I've shown you in this video. They've got some good features, as I've shown you in this video, with good remote controls that you can control all sorts of things with. But also, as I've shown you in this video, demonstrated by this, they can go wrong, they can go faulty, and they're not the most reliable. So if you're using them for the odd house party, they're perfect. But if you want to use it for professional use, maybe not. You want reliable gear for professional use. Which is why, if you're a DJ and that sort of thing, you should really use things like this for lasers and proper like derby lights for disco ball sort of things. And you can get much better versions of these that are for professional use, are brighter and will last you longer, and will have DMX, which is what you can use. You plug it in the back of that and you use it to connect it to computer software and that sort of thing, and control it through controllers, which allows you to have a lot more control over what's going on with the lighting, whereas these kind of just do their own thing, which is fine for like a house party, but for professional use, no. So these are not for professional use. These are great for house parties, as demonstrated in this video, and you saw they get the job done. This was purchased because I had one a bit like this before, but with less features. It was just a green and red laser. It just did like cool patterns and stuff. Had it for a little while, but it broke. It burnt out one day before a party, so I had to buy this on Amazon. Next day delivery, just paid a £5 for the next day delivery. So this was an emergency purchase, but it was a step up from the laser I had before, which was £6. I paid £6 for a laser. Not surprised it burnt out on me after 2 parties. But if you're just doing one party and you know you just need something cheap, the £6 laser would have done. Plug it in, one party, right, blows up after that, so fuck it. Doesn't really matter. They're just this hasn't blown up. This has been used for like multiple things now.
this like gets used all the time and it's been perfectly reliable, and that's probably something to do with the fact that this one has a cooling fan, so that stops it from overheating and burning up. So these are actually really, really good bits of kit for the price. I would recommend them for house parties and that sort of thing, but obviously not business use or anything like that. But they are perfect for what I use them for. Hope that helps anybody who's considering buying any of these things. I haven't mentioned things like the brand names on these, because these are just products made by wholesalers, which have been outsourced by random companies, have their logo sticked on it, shoved it out. You will find this exact same thing with about 20 different brands. The brand is irrelevant, it doesn't matter. These are just Chinese light as far as anybody is concerned. They're all the same, they're all made by the same manufacturer with just different logos slammed on them. So it doesn't matter, don't try and get exactly this one if you like the look of this one, or exactly this one. They're all pretty much the same. A cheap light is a cheap light, it'll do the same thing. Some are brighter than others, but yeah. I hope you guys found that informational. If you did, please leave a like. If there's any suggestions you have or any like constructive criticism, I'm more than happy to hear it. Put it in the comment section. And if you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe and turn on the post notifications. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. It is 5:30 in the morning, so I'm definitely going to be making a cup of coffee after this one's finished as well, because I need the energy, because I'm not going to sleep this night, because there's no point, because it's 5:30. So on that note, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.